You guys enjoying those sunflower cuttings? I guess so. I put up on here why. This is sunflower. It's growing pretty good. Been using the same seed stock for years and years. These are brand new pumpkins. Pink pumpkins and blue pumpkins, Jaredolls. They're not so thick, but they're flowering, so I might get something out of these. We'll see. Back there we got some Eden sweet corn. Been growing that for several years now. I bought I think 100 kernels, and then every year we harvest out. Last year we did this entire pasture of just corn, so I got so much corn put back. That gets me over to what I'm talking about. Why do preppers sit there and they put away food in buckets and everything else? Well, the difference between a prepper and a homestead is homestead just takes it where your preps come from, your land, your time, your sweat, your effort. Now, if you don't practice things, you're not going to be ready for when SHTF. And what is SHTF? I don't know. There's times you might run out of toilet paper, or eggs, or corn, or I don't know. So you think you're going to just suddenly put a garden in and just grow it. You're ready to go. That's a prep. That's a prep. Homesteader, you practice it. You live it. You actually grow your own food. See, I've got some wheat back there. I've got some sorghum, some other wheat, some other sorghum. Those are experiments. I'm experimenting to see if I can do it. And some things are great, some things are not. You can see there's little open patches in there. These are squashes and stuff that didn't make it. Now these is acorn squash. We've grown these for 20 years out here. Same seed stock, and they are just thick. They produce a lot. This right here I'll harvest, God willing, enough to put back for several years. Now there's my prepping for my homesteading and my practice that I know I can grow it. You have to establish water systems here, and water, well, comes from a well. Well runs on electricity. So what do? Start looking at solar. That's one way. I'm not going green, although it does produce a lot of green. This is a grid tie system, and I'll go through more in depth on my systems in a bit, especially if you're looking at starting up a homestead and what type of systems to use and where to get your energy from. Now the grid tie system, obviously when the power goes down, the grid tie system goes down. And let's say lightning hits it, boom, there's lightning suppression, but that still means my system's down. So what do? You have backup to a backup to a backup. Now in my case, I've got the grid tie system, and that's feeding up all night long, getting me energy that's being brought back down from the transformer at night and during times where it's pretty cloudy and so forth. So I'm using the grid. It's kind of a battery storage. Yep, got a lot of clutter here. That's what happens on a homestead. I got to put all this stuff away because we've been busy working, planting, changing things up, weeding, you name it. And that's the part about homesteading also. Not that easy. You've got to go through and plan on how blood, sweat, tears, time, energy, money. That all comes around. That's horseradish. That's a new one for the year. I've never done it before. Seems to be doing all right. One's kind of not there, the other one's there. Potatoes. Yes, we've been experimenting with different potato stock for a long time, and these seem to be working. It is currently about 98 degrees out here. They shouldn't be growing, they should be dying back. They're not. Having these pots, the soft pots, actually help cool them off a bit. They do pretty good. Now yesterday I just put in sweet potato slips. So they're gonna get up there. Gotta give them a little bit of time. That's another experiment. I've never grown sweet potato. Okay, seed stock. Here's some lettuce. It's bolting out. I want it to bolt out. I put it here to bolt out to get this seed so we can grow more lettuce inside. And that's the best thing. So you definitely want to do that. Zucchini and all that, I'm a little bit late putting it in this year, but it grows fast. This is literally a week old and they're already popping up. So maybe a week and a half. I don't know, time's a blur lately. Peas, they're almost done. So this better get rotated just like everything else in here. But they are still producing. We just harvested the heck out of them yesterday. Probably got a good, I don't know, maybe almost 10 pounds of peas out of them. So they've done their job. And they're really good peas too. I love these tiny pea pods. They're just good to eat all the way, all day. All right, now, when you're prepping, you're homesteading, you realize your failures. Whiteflies took out my peppers, big time. They are, well, it's the middle of June. They should be a lot bigger than that. That might be a fail. So you mix homesteading with prepping. Why do you do that? Well, last year was a bumper crop of peppers. So I'm not gonna be crying. I'm still gonna have my salsa, still gonna have my peppers, my stir fries. It's all good. So yeah, you prep up. Almost empty beds. I threw seeds in there. So we're starting over with seed and we'll see if we can, I don't know, pull it off in time. We got some cantaloupes in here. Some of these didn't do that great. Some did awesome. They'll grow up and they'll fill up this bed. And then those carrots almost ready to go. Everything cycles. More squash. Got a little squash. Now I'm probably gonna plant in some more watermelon, but so far we actually got watermelons growing there. It's awesome. So watermelons recently went up to like $8. I know they're coming back down now, but yeah, I'd rather just grow them and know that I can grow them. Now here's some other issues you got to deal with. Varmints. That's I got some moles out here, the ground squirrels. I've killed, well, a few of each. So I've got both, I guess. And they're under the beds. The beds have chicken wire and different matting and wiring underneath them. That keeps them out of the beds itself, but they're burrowing under it. So always something to take on, always a challenge. So you homestead, you practice your homestead. That makes you a prepper. Now, do I think SHTF is going to happen, zombie apocalypse, all that stuff? I don't know. I don't think so. Why do I prep? You know, honestly, it's because people are stupid. People panic. They do panic buying. They're not prepared. They don't think about it. Nothing could ever happen until one day you suddenly see the toilet paper's off the stock and you don't have any, and what do? You race out and you buy up all the toilet paper and make it worse for everyone else. Well, if you're a homesteader, you simply have a bunch of toilet paper because you don't want to make that, 45-minute one-way trip into town just to go get toilet paper or some sugar. Have some on hand. Or better yet, grow some of your sugar sources. Instead of buying that canned sugar, just go out there and grow it. One good sugar source right here that I love, and make our wines and make our drinks and everything else out of it, smoothies, are the grapes. Now, they're doing all right. You can't hardly see the grapes in here because they hide very well, but you can see you got grapes. And they're gonna make an awesome wine, I think. So far, we've been doing that. It's another thing. You prep for everything, including your morale, welfare. And why not? Having some wine put back might be a good trade or barter item someday. So you grow up your grapes. Then you run other little failures. I planted some other grapes out here, and guess what? Right about a week afterwards, we got a frost out of nowhere, and that just decimated them. So some of them made it, some didn't. So I take advantage. Right now, I'm just gonna grow some cucumbers in this patch. It'll work, but it's early in the year. I've still got 2 more planting seasons, maybe 3. And then when we get into the arc, now you can see why it's 4 season, always growing, always moving. And that's just what you do. So I know it's been a while since I've done a garden update. You can see I've got weeding to do. We've been working it every single day. But the fruit of our labor, just that. It's fruit. Apples. Beautiful apples. My personal favorite though, that's gonna be my Gila apples. Oh, I love these things. They're growing good this year, but I'm also battling blight. I've already sprayed them, so I gotta get these dead leaves off, spray them again here in a few days, and just battle it back. Everything's a battle. Even dust devils. There it goes. Oh, look at that. It's a new molehill. Little buggers. All right, so we battle the environment. We're battling the economy. We're battling everything. And that's part of the fun of it. Let's get in this thing. Okay, now I'm inside. Ooh, yeah. See, 83 degrees in here. That's not so bad. It's 100 degrees outside. Yeah, we're not growing a whole lot in here right now. We got some plants, mostly our nightshade family and so forth. Got some strawberries to put out. A lot of empties that we've already planted things out. We got some leftover tomatoes. Gonna figure out what to do with those. And what's up, buddy? Lots of empty spaces. Gonna fill these empty spaces up. We got some more pineapple to go in. We got lettuce, it's still doing strong. As you can see, the lettuce outside was bolting bad. This stuff is still pick and go, and we're enjoying it in our salads, our tacos, everything else. The tomatoes, they're not going to produce right now. It's too cold in here for the tomatoes, so that's why I have the tomatoes outside. But I'll keep these things going. And once it gets to about 90s in here in the fall, then they'll start growing again. Got some blackberries and blueberries and so forth. Avocados, they need some work on them. Now, the fish are doing pretty good. The fish are getting big, and they have a lot. So I'll probably cover and I'll probably put them out in the backyard pond, a few of them, and that way we can enjoy the fish and let them spawn out again, grow, and see how many more we can get. Big ones hide pretty well. I think I just caught one there. Bananas. Oh, I can't wait till this thing produces. It's already gone all the way up to the ceiling. Pretty high ceiling here too, so wish I built it a lot higher, because the bananas, they definitely want to do more. So I don't know what you think about it. Why the wild mountain bike? It's my wild ideas on prepping, homesteading, survival, but it's not because I'm trying to be some fancy prepper and talk about zombie apocalypse and World War III and all that stuff. It's literally just that, folks. One of these days, you might run out of toilet paper or figs. Got that covered. So, like, share, comment. Tell me what you think. Give me some ideas of what you'd like to see covered. I think after 25 years or so, I've almost got this down, but I've learned so many lessons, and I'm still learning lessons this year. And I learned how to deal with white flies. I learned how to deal with blight. I learned how to deal with stuff. But overall, it's green, it's beautiful, and here we are in the desert. So if I can make this happen, you can too. Like I said, send me some comments. Till then, y'all take care. Freeze drying loads and loads of fresh onion, and they didn't come from the store.